From our favorite on-screen couple discussing their versions of the finale, to William facing his father, Jamie, on the battlefield. Here's exactly how Sam Heughan and Katrina Balfe want Outlander to end. Outlander fans rejoice! The new season's finally here. And it's got us all thinking, buzzing and mentally preparing for what's to come. After enduring what felt like an eternity of Droughtlander, I'm more than ready to dive back into the Fraser world. But hold on a sec, because there's some bittersweet news on the horizon. Back in January 2023, it was announced that Season 8 will mark the end of our journey with Claire and Jamie Fraser. I know, I don't want to believe it either. Just when we thought we had all the time in the world to enjoy their epic adventures, they go and drop this bombshell on us. And guess what? You and I aren't the only ones feeling the feels. Now, we all know that author Diana Gabaldon has another love story up her sleeve, which is the prequel series Outlander, Blood of My Blood. Plus, there's Outlander Season 8 on its way as well. Still, I can't help but feel a bit sad knowing that this romantic drama will soon be reaching its end. And guess what? The feeling's mutual between both us and the stars of the show, Sam Heughan and Katrina Balfe, who've poured a decade of their lives into making this series a masterpiece. The dynamic duo spilled the beans during their guest appearance on Good Morning America, where they talked about the 7th season of this magnificent historical drama and shared their vision for how they want Jamie and Claire's story to wrap up. Just like many of the fans, they too dream of a peaceful finale for their beloved characters, with Balfe wanting to see Jamie and Claire relaxing on a porch, kicking back and enjoying a nice cup of tea. But Balfe's dreams didn't stop there, because she's also imagining the lovebirds whisking away to a sandy beach in the Caribbean, basking in the warm sun and sipping on coconuts. And of course, Heughan had to chime in, imagining the two of them using an inflatable relaxation device to lazily float on the sea. But while the stars were having their fun, Balfe reminded everyone that they're not the ones penning the Outlander storyline, and that fans shouldn't expect their versions of the finale to be the real deal. I gotta say though, their ideas don't sound half bad. But hey, let's leave the writing to the professionals, shall we? Last year, Starz revealed that Outlander will bid farewell with its 8th season, which was set to premiere sometime next year. And with filming expected to kick off in the coming months, it looks like we won't have to wait too long for it either. Almost brings a tear to my eye. And Balfe's too. Let's admit it. We're all dreading the end of this beloved show. And guess what? We're not alone in this moment of pain and mourning, because the talented cast and crew of Outlander feel it too. Balfe recently got emotional when discussing the conclusion of Claire's incredible journey, pouring her heart out by explaining how the show had given them so much, and not just their careers. She revealed that the show would be older than 10 years by the time they finish, which is why it's going to be really hard to say goodbye, and would probably involve a lot of sobbing. While both stars were already in the game before Outlander put them on the map, it's safe to say that this series not only boosted their fame, but also earned them a massive fan base spanning millions. So while their journey as the iconic Frasers might be drawing to a close, it's good to know that they'll miss the characters just as much as we'll miss them. Heughan also shared his thoughts on the final season of Outlander. Sam's been quite the chatterbox when it comes to the show's grand finale. Ever since Starz dropped the bombshell announcement last year, he's been talking about it left, right, and center. And as they kicked off the filming for Season 7, he couldn't help but notice a shift in the vibe on set, saying how obvious it was that they were only going to come back once more.
But yeah, at the end of this Season 7, suddenly you could feel it on set. Everyone was starting to go, oh, actually, we're going to come back and do this one more time, and that's it.
But he also said that fans had much to look forward to, and that he was excited about them seeing this season. Heughan also expressed his relief at getting the chance to wrap up the show in a satisfactory way, though he did warn us that not everyone was going to be happy with the conclusion. I know you can't make everyone happy, but at least they're giving it their all to tie things up nicely. But of course, fans can't wait for the season to finish airing, and have even come up with a few theories to pass the time. I've got to be honest, some of them make a lot of sense to me, such as the theory that Murtagh is Jamie's actual father. No need to grab your pitchfork or anything, because just think about it for a second. Jamie's Aunt Jocasta dropped a bombshell on Brianna back in Season 4, revealing how his mother, Ellen Fraser, was pregnant before she even met his dad. And that got the wheels turning in fans' heads, leading many to believe that Jamie's trusted and loyal companion, Murtagh, was actually his biological father. I know it's absolutely insane, but who else could it be? Not everyone is on board with this theory, though, with many claiming that their relationship is purely godfather-godson and nothing else. But if you really want the answers, then why not ask the show writers to tell us the truth? The silence might be the evidence you need as well. Still, fans demand an answer, considering that this season might just be Jamie's last. Yep, you heard that right. Many fans believe that our favorite lover boy will be biting the dust pretty soon. I mean, almost 25 minutes into the first episode, we see Frank Randall strolling through the rain, minding his own business. But then, out of the blue, he spots someone looking at the window of the room where Frank and Claire were staying. When Frank musters up the courage to confront this stranger, poof, he disappears into thin air.
Excuse me. Can I help you with something?
And naturally, Claire notices something's up as soon as Frank returns to the inn. She teases Frank by telling him that he looked like he'd seen a ghost. And how does Frank respond? I'm not sure that I haven't. Gabaldon's already confirmed that the ghost Frank saw was in fact Jamie himself. But wait, how does a Scotsman from centuries past end up appearing as a ghost in 1946? Well, the answer to that is quite obvious because it's already right there in the question. It's Jamie's ghost, so the guy must be dead. But as of right now, I have no idea when and how it's supposed to happen, though it's very likely that it'll happen while he's in Scotland, and maybe even at the hands of his son. That's right. As if Jamie's death wouldn't be bad enough, it's very likely that it'll be his own flesh and blood to do him in. The reintroduction of Lord John Grey left fans punching the air, but not for long, because the two were not as close as they'd once been. John confronts Jamie in the second episode of this season, asking him to fight for the crown in the upcoming American Revolutionary War. But since Jamie knew that the war was going to be in his favor, thanks to all the time travelers in his family, he had to turn down the offer. This means that the two friends will now be on opposite sides of the war, which also means that Jamie's illegitimate son, William, who's being raised by Lord John, will be facing his father in battle. And to make things worse, he doesn't even know that Jamie is his father in the first place, which would make a potential confession from Jamie right before his death hit even harder. Even the actor who plays William, Charles Van der Vaart, explained that the boy's in for some seriously needed character development. He said that William was still very naive at the beginning of the season, and that he doesn't truly know how the world works, which is obvious with his romanticized view of war. Now, with war just around the corner and his real father fighting on the opposite side, William, who thinks he's invincible, is about to find out just how vulnerable he really is. So there you have it, from William facing his father Jamie on the battlefield, to our favorite on-screen couple discussing their versions of the finale. That's exactly how Sam Heughan and Katrina Balfe want Outlander to end.